Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
The drug death of a Grand Forks teenager sparked an investigation that is being connected to an international online distribution of deadly drugs. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mike has the evening off. 18-year-old Bailey Hankey died in January of powdered fentanyl overdose. Now, the Department of Homeland Security is investigating this case after the drugs he used were tracked to what are called an online dark website. They are connecting them all the way back to China. Valley News Team's Krista Baim joins us live now with an exclusive look at this very complex case. Krista?
Yes, Steph, here is the criminal complaint that links the powerful opiate from China to Portland to Grand Forks. Before Bailey Hankey died, he was with 3 friends. One of them was Ryan Jensen, who investigators say sold all of them powdered fentanyl and heroin after he purchased it through an encrypted website called Evolution. These underground sites are nearly impossible to find. But as Jensen was questioned by police, he gave them his personal account information for the underground site that led agents to the fentanyl purchase. The man he bought it from was out of Portland, Oregon, a man named Brandon Hubbard. A search warrant was then issued on Hubbard's Portland home. And after tracking him for weeks, Hubbard finally admitted to police that he sold over 400 grams of fentanyl on dark websites for more than a year and was part of a large-scale network that would order from Canada and receive packages from China. And just to show you how complex and covered up this operation is, a business owner was in on this drug trafficking. Hubbard had 2 shipments delivered to a business in Washington state owned by this man, Steve Locke, who was getting paid in powdered fentanyl. Bringing it back to Grand Forks now, agents were able to trace these 2 shipments of fentanyl from China all the way to the packages Jensen received in Grand Forks, which killed Bailey Hankey. Grand Forks police say they cannot comment on this case since the investigation is still ongoing. But this is a huge amount of fentanyl that the Portland man was handling, totaling nearly $2 million. Steph?
Krista, very complex case. Thank you so much. Now, Grand Forks police did tell us that they are still dealing with cases of fentanyl use in that region. And authorities are battling the war on all kinds of drug use here. A Fargo dad speaking out saying the community is not doing enough about drug addiction after losing his son to meth use. Brian Raftevold is a recovering addict himself and is trying to raise awareness after losing his son Joshua last month, who struggled with a meth addiction. He says he wants to see more treatment centers here, saying it's difficult to get the right help in this area now, saying some people have to wait for months for proper care.
The reason I'm writing this is because I want to be able to raise awareness of the problem in our area. It's not just Fargo, but all the way up and down the Red River Valley. Meth and heroin are taking over lives, and people want to close their eyes to it because they don't want to believe that their son, daughter, sister, brother, mother, father, or friend is stuck in the grips of addiction.
Now, if you or someone you know is struggling with addiction or thoughts of suicide, we have very helpful information on our website with places in our community that can help you. Log on to valleynewslive.com and then click on this story. Well, many parents' questions were still unanswered tonight. The Fargo School District hosted its first forum asking for parents' feedback on boundary changes. Parents wrestled with the fact that many neighborhoods and friendships are going to be broken up with these changes. Valley News Team's Macy Enger is live at Jefferson Elementary with more on what parents had to say. Macy?
Leslie Smith have 3 kids.
One in Davies, one in Discovery, and one in Centennial.
That's why the couple came out to the Fargo School District meeting about the plans to change boundaries.
We want to make sure that where they're going to go to school, right now it's kind of up in the air.
The family has even thought about moving farther south so they can stay in the district.
The kids in our neighborhood were right on the boundary line, and we would make sure that they stay with their friends.
The Smiths are not alone. Nearly every parent that spoke worried about breaking up friendships.
You know that kids that are in school create relationships.
Fargo School Superintendent says the district understands parents' concerns. That's the reason they're holding these forums.
Wherever we land, we do the best job we can to serve our families, our kids, and all of the school system here in Fargo.
After the meeting, the Smiths say some of those questions have been answered.
There's a little bit of relief there, but the possibility of them getting split is still there.
But their worries haven't been put to rest.
Oh, now it's working.
Okay. Now, if you're a parent that missed that forum tonight, you can still give your feedback. You can head to Jefferson, as I mentioned before, tomorrow night, or you can go online to give your feedback at valleynewslive.com. Stephanie?
All right, Macy, thank you. The board hopes to have the boundary changes approved by this spring, so parents have time to plan. Once it is, parents with students who change schools should get an email sent to their school accounts. Well, if you ever need help uncovering any issue in your community, just call our whistleblower hotline, and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 701-237-6576. Leave your tip with us, and a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work exposing the truth. West Fargo-based Titan Machinery is closing some stores and people are losing their jobs. Titan CEO David Meyer says slow agriculture sales and a sluggish recovery in the construction industry are the reasons. Between the job cuts, store closings, and not filling open positions, the cuts amount to 14% of the workforce. That's about 700 jobs. 2 ag dealerships in South Dakota are shut down, along with a construction store in Wyoming. It has 92 dealerships in 11 states and 2 outlet stores in 16 locations in Europe. Well, North Dakota lawmakers passed a bill to stop the gender wage gap in the state. It will now go to the governor's desk to be signed. The bill updates the 50-year-old equal pay law. It allows businesses to pay differently to the opposite sex if such factors like education, training, or experience are involved. Another bill prohibiting employers from punishing an employee for talking about their wage has not yet been heard in the Senate. Starting tomorrow, crews will be working on and adding permanent striping to the on and off ramps on I-94, as well as some work on 25th Street. Work's going to begin on 25th Street in the project area near I-94's overpass. The work zone is about a mile long from 17th Avenue South to 23rd Avenue South in Fargo, and that includes on and off ramps for I-94. 1-lane traffic will remain open for drivers, and there will be another lane reduction and temporary lane closures there. The project's expected to be completed in the late spring. For traffic reports, though, tune in to the Valley Today for traffic on the ones with Al Ahmed. And depending on the way that you drive, you could be seeing an increase in speed limits very soon. The speed limit on Highway 32 in northwest Minnesota will increase from 55 to 60 miles an hour next week. Highway 32 runs from Highway 34 near Barnesville to Highway 11 at Greenbush. It's one of several highways to get higher speed limits this year. The new speed limits will take effect when the new signs are posted there.
Valley News Live 10 at 10 continues with no wait weather.
What a beautiful day.
Incredible. And we have more of this stretch to go on here. It's hard to believe. March usually have that quick warm up and then the storm comes. This week it's not like that at all.
Crossing your fingers, it won't come.
Yes, more records threatened too. In fact, we take a look at our graphic that we have for you. We have 4 record days and counting, somewhere in the valley where we've tied or maxed above the record high for the day. And taking a look at tomorrow's records for Fargo, 62 degrees, in Grand Forks, 56 degrees. Looks pretty likely we're going to get close or even break those records once again. Here's a look at our high today. This was a tie for the record high in Fargo, 59, 56 in Grand Forks, 57 in Jamestown, the high there. Cooler up toward Lake of the Woods. You've been missing out on these 50-degree temperatures up toward Rosa. We're at 39 degrees for your high there today. So not quite as warm for you, but we all did get to enjoy at least some sunshine today. A beautiful sunset out there. And now tonight we're looking at some really quiet conditions and very comfortable. 47 degrees right now at 10 o'clock at night. Our average high is 33 in Fargo, and we are well above that at this time of night. It's incredible how warm we are. Wind out of the southeast at about 15 miles per hour. And across across the region, still those 30s up into northwest Minnesota. The rest of us mainly in the 40s. Oaks has dipped down to 39 degrees at the moment. Wind speeds have quieted down a bit, but we could still see some wind gusts into the 20s tonight. Right now, wind generally out of the southeast and into the teens. And as we look at our radar satellite composite, you can see, of course, no moisture to show you in our viewing area, but there are some clouds that are pushing in and will continue to be impacted by off and on cloud cover tonight and even into part of the day tomorrow. We'll show you that here in our hour-by-hour forecast. Overnight, watching those temperatures slide only a few more degrees down into the lower 30s up north. Many places in the northern valley in the 30s, but I think the southern valley, with more clouds moving in, we could be seeing our temperatures staying in the low 40s just to start off our day tomorrow. So very mild start with, again, that wind out of the southeast and still a little bit on the blustery side in the morning hours, gusting into the 20s. Now 9 o'clock rolls around. We still have some cloud cover sticking around in some places, and that may mean a gray morning for some of us, but we'll start to see that break up here and there. And the more sunshine we can get, the warmer our temperatures will be, in addition to some warmer air that's just moving into our area on its own. By noon, 56 degrees in Fargo, 52 in Grand Forks. And as we move into the afternoon hours, here we are. 60s likely for many of us for tomorrow, especially in the southern valley and down into southeastern North Dakota, where we're more likely to see the sunshine. And that's where the warmer air is going to move into first as well. Even though we won't be as warm up toward Lake of the Woods, still better than today. Temperatures a good 10 degrees warmer with highs in the upper 40s to around 50 degrees. So very toasty for our Thursday coming up. We haven't seen 60s since October. They're coming back. And for later tomorrow evening, we're going to have some cloud cover in the northern valley, but rather quiet for the day, with the wind eventually switching its way to a more northwesterly direction as a little disturbance passes by. So here's a look at the next 7 days. Again, some very mild conditions, 63 degrees the high tomorrow. Friday cooling down just a bit, 54 degrees. It's not even that cool, but in comparison to the 60s it is, with mostly cloudy skies. And then this weekend, we've been talking about it. It still looks great. 60 degrees your high on Saturday, mostly sunny skies. And Sunday looks like the warmest day yet. High temperatures in the mid to even upper 60s in the valley. Breezy conditions, but wow, that's very warm. We scale things back to start off next week, but still running above average even for St. Patrick's Day. So it just looks incredible with quiet conditions, generally speaking. There's a slight chance for some rain moving in Sunday night and Monday, but not a lot, not heavy and not a great chance either.
Wow.
So
almost 70.
Yes.
Wow.
Right.
I love it.
Get ready.
Exactly.
Flip-flops. Take those out of the closet.
Flip-flops and shorts.
There you go.
Thanks, Lisa.
You bet.
Well, still to come for us tonight, find out why DirecTV is being sued. But first, the misconceptions that experts say many have with eating disorders. Lisa Bedeau will tell us more.